called the Whispering Sands. On the outskirts of Cabo Rojo, where the warm Caribbean waves crash against an isolated stretch of beach, there is a place the locals avoid after sunset, known as La Playa del Silencio. It's whispered that the sands hold secrets too dark for the light of day. Isabel had heard the stories growing up, tales of shipwrecked sailors who met their end there, lured by the call of a woman sung, and of fishermen who returned with blank eyes, unable to speak of what they saw. But Isabel was no child anymore. A university student home for the summer, she craved adventure and a break from the mundane. So, when her childhood friend Mateo suggested they visit the beach at night, she couldn't resist. The two arrived just as the moonlight painted the waves silver. The air felt unnaturally still, and the usual sounds of coqui frogs and rustling palms were absent. Isabel dismissed it as her nerves, laughing off the unease that gnawed at her. Mateo, with a flashlight in hand, led the way along the shoreline. "See, nothing but sand and water," he said, his voice a little too loud. "The old stories are just that, stories." As they walked, Isabel noticed strange patterns in the sand, swirling shapes that seemed deliberate. She paused to examine them, running her fingers across the grooves. The shapes felt cold, almost icy, as if the sun had never touched them. "Mateo, look at this," she called. But when she turned, Mateo was gone. A chill ran down her spine. She spun around, scanning the beach. "Mateo, stop messing around." The flashlight beam lay discarded on the sand, its light barely illuminating the dark waves beyond. Isabel's heart raced as she grabbed the flashlight and aimed it at the water. The beam flickered and dimmed, but not before she saw something. A figure, standing ankle-deep in the surf. It was a woman, her long, dark hair clinging to her face and shoulders. Her dress was tattered, and seaweed clung to her pale skin. The woman's head tilted slowly, as if listening to the waves. "Mateo?" Isabel's voice trembled, but she couldn't stop herself from stepping closer. The figure raised an arm, beckoning her with unnaturally long fingers. A sharp, guttural whisper filled the air, surrounding Isabel. Words she couldn't understand hissed into her ears, growing louder with each step she took. The sand beneath her feet felt like it was pulling her down, gripping her ankles and refusing to let go. Suddenly, she heard Mateo's voice.